Hello and welcome to the first video of 2025. This video we're going to do part 1 of the Heritage Bundle and we'll be looking at the Achilles. Now this video is going to be different from the ones I've done before. I have decided that we'll only be looking at the Vanity shields available from the Dilithium store, the Zen store and the event stores. Partly because the videos generally ran about an hour long, when you included the tier 6 reps and the other shields in the game, and also those shields are readily available, so you can pick them up without much resource outlay, whereas when you're looking at the event store you're using up quite a lot of your consumables that you've collected during the events. Same with the Dilithium store, they run about 238,000 dil per shield. So you might get disappointed if you pick the wrong one and you've wasted that dilithium that you could have spent on the shield that you were looking for or something else. And then also the one shield that's available currently in the Zen store as well, so that's quite an outlay. So the first section we'll look at is the shields available from the summer and winter event stores. So you can craft these all year round, as long as you've participated in the events to get the consumables required to craft them. So the first one that we will be looking at is the Fek'lhri Vanity shield from the winter event store. It is currently the only one that's available in the winter event. So we have this yellow deflector here. You see that red there on the Basard collectors. This dark grey hull that's got speckles of rusty red covering it, and then we can see a bit there the red material fill on the hull there. At the back, got these red impulse engines with this blue outline. See more of that red material fill on the sides here. As we rotate through the light, you see that red material starting to shine as the light hits it. Make it that rusty red speckle pattern throughout the whole material as well. As we rotate through the underside, you see there we've got the red nacelle covering there. A lot more of that red material as well on the underside there. This is the first of the summer event shields, so these are all baseball themed vanity shields. So this is the Andorian Blue Boars vanity shield. We have a blue and orange colouring with this shield. See here with this orange and yellow on the deflector array there. Also got the red there for the Basard collectors. You see the blue in the hull with this orange lines. At the back there, so we've got this yellowy orange here on the impulse, and again you see that there in the cells. You've got this orange fill here on the hull material at the back. The reason that you don't see the Basard collectors changing, as you can see here, there is a pulsating animation effect. So as a result, the Basard collector doesn't change colour as it does on other ships. As we rotate through here, you get that orange shine as the light hits the hull. See some of this grey fill here as well, that's got orange lines on it to mimic the look of baseball shirts, as far as I'm led to believe. And then on the side more of the orange fill, and then also that grey and orange lines as well. It's a bit hard to make out in the video once you're zooming in quite a bit, but something I recently discovered with these baseball vanity shields is when the light's hitting, especially these reflective areas here, there's actually the symbol for the baseball team in the material, and you just see it as the light hits it. So the little logo that you see on the shield itself is actually there. Unfortunately, I can't zoom in anymore on the ship customizer to show it any better, I'm afraid. Next up, it's the Bozeman Titans. So this is a dark grey, yellow and black Vanity shield. So again, we'll put that yellow there on the deflector array. See the dark grey hull material with the yellow lines on it. See here we've still got the yellow there for the nacelles and the impulse engines. Fortunately, we've still got the blue glow from the ship model, I'm afraid. You'll notice it follows the same pattern on the hull as the previous shield did, and all it does is change the colours. You'll see that throughout the baseball series. So rotate through, you can see that yellow shine. And again, it is putting on the logo for the Bozeman Titans, especially in the yellow sections there. As we rotate through the underside, and you see those yellow and black lines there, and same going up the front, and then I say you've still got the red glow off the original deflector there as well, unfortunately. This is the Caitian claws, so I've got this purple, gold and yellow right here, so again yellow and almost orange there on the deflector. Same there for the impulse and the nacelles there. There's that gold colour on the back. As we rotate through, we're getting that nice bit of reflection, and again, specifically on the gold sections, the logo is coming through. Next up, it's the Deep Space Niners. So this is based off of their uniform in the season 7 episode of DS9, Take Me Out to the Hall Suite. So we've got a orange hull here, we've got some blue lines, so you can see at the front there, we've got this grey as well around the deflector, with that orange and yellow fill around it as well. Right here we've got this red and orange impulse, same there with the nacelles, you can see there on the other engines as well. The hull's got a gradient fill to it, going from the orange through to the grey-white. A bit of an orange shine to it as we rotate through there. Next up, it's the Denebian Slime Devils, or the Joker Mobile, as I've started to refer to it as after realising recently that it's the same colours as the Joker's cars in the 89 Batman film. So we've got this purple and green Vanity shield here, we've got a greenish yellow here for the deflector, and you see the green lines with the purple back as well. The green there for the impulse engines and for the nacelles. Rotate through, get a little bit of this purple shine to it. this is the Ferenginar Liquidators Vanity Shield, so you can pony up the latinum for this one. So with this green and gold colouring here on the hull, yellow there for the deflector array, yellow there on the engines, through to get that yellow gold shine as we go through it. Here we have the stem bolts. This is a pink and grey white vanity shield, so you can see this whitish effect here to the deflector. Got various shades of pink there on the hull. Got this greyish white for the engines. You see the various shades there, going from the deeper pink to the lighter pink there. Let's rotate through, you can see that pink shine as the white hits the hull. Here we have the Vulcan Logicians, so a grey, purple and gold vanity shield here. So you see this purpley white effect going on the deflector here. You can see the gold trim around the front edge of the ship there. You see the purple lines and then the grey hull material. The purple there for the engines. See that gold trim again there. This was actually the shield that I discovered the logo being contained when we seen the reflection going on. Look at that purpley blue reflection there. And last but not least is the Workbees. So we've got this gold and red vanity shields. You see the yellow there on the deflector array. And the same there for the engines. And the red fading into the gold as well in the hull. Rotate through, get this nice red reflection off of it. What I've done is I've just quickly put on demo record, because what I'll do is I'll be able to zoom in more on the ship under that, and we'll get a better view of these symbols in the reflection for you. So I'll get that added on to this clip. But you can just make out the change there in the reflection. I've managed to use demo record here just to get a better view of the reflection here. So if I zoom in a bit, in the reflection on that red material area, you make out the logo of the Workbees, and that's the same little logo that you see on the vanity shield itself. Next up, we're looking at shields available in the Dilithium store. Now these are only available during certain events of the year. We did find out at the end of 2024 that they are looking at adding in more vanity shields to the Dilithium store in 2025, so looking forward to that. And then we'll also look at currently the only shield available in the Zen store, and that is the Alliance Vanity Shield. And it's part of the Khitomer Alliance bundle. You get the uniform, the shield, and it's an ultimate upgrade, I think. So let's have a look at the shield itself. So with this white hull, you see these red lines, a bit of gold as well. You see a bit dark grey around this deflector here, and with this orange effect going on. Back with the cyan there for the engines, and there's this plasma type effect here on the impulse ones. See more of the dark grey, especially on the phaser strips there as well. The gold pattern on the back, but the cyan blue around these circles here. The red lines going up and following it through. And the cyan blue there, and more of that dark grey in the gold. Moving on to the shields in the Dilithium store now. So this is the first one up. It's the Baul Vanity Shield. It's a very popular shield in the game. You see I've got this blue deflector, very bright. This nice dark smooth hull material. So blue there on the engines. See that animation with that red actually works really nice on this shield. Rotate through. See some of this, almost like scratch marks on the hull with this pattern for the material. Same again there on the underside. Just jumping back to the back of the ship, I have actually noticed something, because normally on the bow shield the impulse engines are quite a nice deep dark red, but on here all the engines are the same colour. I just don't know if that's been incorrectly mapped on this model. Here we have the Borg Vanity Shield. So this gives your vessel the look of a liberated Borg vessel, not an assimilated one. Has caused confusion with people expecting to buy this shield and have your ship fully assimilated. So there is that option in the Omega reputation. If you get the assimilated shield, impulse, deflector and assimilated module. I've done a couple of videos on the Constitution class that shows those visual effects. So in this one we have this grey hull, and it's got a lot of hull plating outlined, so it's not a smooth hull as we normally see. You see here there's a lot of various parts of lighting here going in the blues and gold, so they're exposed areas underneath the hull plates. I've got a conduit effect with this blue here for the deflector itself. So the warp engines, and with this blue, I have the impulse engines. See more of that exposed sections of hull there. So the blue lighting, this orangey gold lighting as well. Look top down, again you've got more of the blue lighting there, blue and gold here, quite a bit of the gold around the back here, some of the blue around the torpedo launchers. Same here on the underside, then waiting with some of the conduit effect here that doesn't have any lighting at all. You've got this blue with this Nice design here at the back. This is the Discovery Vanity Shield. Now, this is applied to a Federation character, so it gives you a look of a Federation vessel from Season 1 of Discovery. But if you apply the same shield on a KDF character, you get a totally different look, and we'll look at that one next. You see here we've got the grey hull material, a couple of different shades of grey there. Got the white here for the deflector, and that with this vibrant blue here on the nacelles, and blue there again on the impulse engines. Not actually that different from the base Achilles material actually, it's very similar in the colour of the hull there. And the white here, and almost a goldish lighting effect here. Launchers. Got the blue and white here. Here is a Discovery Vanity Shield on a KDF character. So this is supposed to give you a better look of what they refer to in Discovery as Klingons. So I've got this light brown hull material, this pulsating red and white deflector here. So I've put the Bassard collector effect here on the impulse engines. These almost orb-like pattern here to the nacelles. And a lot of these various shapes, glyphs and that pattern across the full hull material. Now we come to the Emperor's Vanity Shield. So we've got this darker grey hull material here. Got this yellow for the deflector. Got the yellow there on the engines. And the impulse engines are normally a cyan blue on this shield. And you make out this blue illuminated dots throughout the hull material, almost like a star field. And it's got some purple material as well on the ship. Yeah, purple a bit more there. Looking at the top down, again you see those illuminated blue dots as well, covering quite a bit of the ship. Same there on the underside. Here we have the Ferengi Vanity Shield. So it's designed to give your ship the look of a Ferengi vessel. So you see the orange there of the hull material. And we've got almost this goldish colour going around the edges. This very bright yellow deflector array here. You've got the brighter yellow there on the warp, and slightly almost orange on the impulse there. And then we can start to see these almost like rivets on the hull material with some touches of grey as well. Got a nice little shine to it as you rotate through the light. And almost a goldish colour there, and along here as well, and then on the top there. The grey there on the phaser strips. And same again there on the underside. Again, more of that rivet effect as well. And there's a bit of a pattern in the material also. Here we have the Hur'q Vanity shield. So we've got this green hull material. These are illuminated green sections with some pattern fills on them. Green there on the deflector and that pattern fill at the back of it as well. The engines there, that it's like pea soup green candy colour. And normally the impulse engines would have a pattern effect on them. See some of this almost plum colour shading here as well. Bit of that green reflection there as we rotate through. So more of this illuminated design going on. And same here on the underside as well. And then more of that plum colour shading out also. So here we have the Kelvin Divergence Vanity Shield on a Federation character. So this is the one time that I'm glad the Bizarre Collectors don't change, because the Bizarre Collectors in this shield are absolutely awful, as you'll see in other videos that I've done. So I've got this red deflector, which I'm a bit surprised about, as I thought that would be the blue, as we've seen on other ships when this shield's been applied. There's blue and white here for the engines, and oh look, they've taken the Bizarre deflector effect and applied it to the impulse engines. So yeah, so as fantastic work as the art team did on the ship itself, they haven't mapped the vanity shields correctly. So those impulse engines there are supposed to be orange colour, not this awful Bizarre Collector design that they seem to have applied here. It is quite disappointing, that. Standard Federation hull from the reboot films, the colouring there. There's white lighting effects as well. That blue there at the back. And the blue effect at the back here as well. This is the Kelvin Divergence Vanity Shield on a KDF character. So we've got that green hull material there. This very vibrant yellow deflector array. See the pattern here, it's a honeycomb pattern with this dull blue and green for themselves. And they've applied yellow there, which is normally the colour of the Bizarre Collectors. Normally these are red on the impulse engines. See a different shade of green, certain parts of the hull. Got some yellow lighting effects as well. These are red circles at the rear here. And same again there on the underside of this one. Here we have the Section 31 Vanity Shield. So again we've got this dark hull material. Quite a vibrant red against this dark material, that deflector. So again, the impulse engines, they've blacked them out, which is normally the effect that the Bizarre Collectors get on this Vanity Shield. And that vibrant cyan blue there on the warp engines. A few different shades of colour there for the hull, with some line effects as well at the rear. This is normally the effect that the deflector array has. Again, that's been mapped to this point on the ship, as opposed to the main deflector. Obviously that's a set image for this ship. Here we have the Tzenkethi vanity shield with this green hull material with this almost like carved pattern effect going on. We've got these lights going around here that are all pulsating away quite happily. This white here on the deflector array, the white there on the engines, and white there for the impulse with this pattern design. So that's the normal for this shield. More of that pulsating light effect as we look at side on. We've got the black material there as well as the grey. See that pattern there in the main green sections of the ship as well. Golden orb there at the rear. Now we come to the last shield in the Dilithium store and the last shield of this video, and it is the Zhat Vash vanity shield. So see here we've got this green deflector. You see this green and light brown colour here, almost a fawn colour on the hull there. And the green, it's quite bright there on the nacelles, and we've got the green there on the impulse engines. It's almost like a army camouflage kind of pattern to the dispersal of the hull material there. Green there at the rear. The green there with this white circle around it. And that concludes our look at the Inquiry class. So, as always, thank you all very, very, very much for watching. Do remember to like and subscribe. I do plan to do some giveaways once I hit certain milestones on the channel. That being views and subscribers primarily. For reviews, builds, Q&As and live streams, do check out Casual Sab's YouTube channel. He's linked in the description down below. As always, the chapters are down there, as is my social media, links to the STO wiki for information on Star Trek Online, the official Star Trek Online news blog as well for all the updates and patch notes, as well as my Real Merch affiliate link to get 10% off your Star Trek ships order. So until the next video, I'll catch you then.